Hey, my name is Laura Buhl. Over the last few years, I've sold over $4 million worth of guided stationery products like guided journals, planners, affirmation cards, and so on. And in this series, I'm going to take you with me as I'm creating 2 new products and basically creating guided journals and planners out of my own method. And with that, I want to teach you how you can create your very own guided product as a way of your funnel to attract new people into your world, to strengthen your relationships with your existing clients, nurture new clients, and something I think that is very important in this age of AI and rapid digital products. It adds an incredible amount of credibility and trust to have a physical product in comparison to having digital products. I'm not against digital products, I also have digital products, but I know that physical products are just superior in the perceived value and also in their scalability. In my past videos, I shared with you how I selected my product. So we have a live stream and also a video that shows you why I have selected my product, how it's going to serve my clients, how it's going to help me scale my consulting business. Let me take you step by step on how I am going from product choice to holding a finished sample in my hand so that I can review the sample. This here is a sample of mine for a different project, and this one here as well. These are 2 projects I am also working on for a different brand that I own. Now let me show you how a sample looks like. This is a printed example prototype of what is going to then go into mass production. This is for me to check if everything is fine. If I like the gold stamping, if I like the choices that I've made for my belly band here, if I like the cover, how it feels, the material, the printing, how it feels in my hand as I open it, how do the pages look like. This is a shadow work journal that I've been working on. Different exercises I'm able to go through. And this is what I want to achieve with my current project. I want to get to the sample stage as soon as possible. I want to have this sample in my hands in the next 3 weeks. Let me take you through the different steps. First, what I had to do is to get the outline and the copy created. I did this in a weekend using my Productize Your Method dashboard. I did this by answering different questions that helped me clarify my method, the different steps that people need to go through. I added different resources that I had, different transcripts, coaching calls, and with that and the help of AI, I created a clean outline and also the content for my product. Here you see it. That's where I added the different exercises, the copy, and all of the bits that are going to end up being the content of my product. I did that for both of my products here. Once I had my outline and my copy created, that is when I moved on into design and positioning. I contacted my designer, looked for inspiration on Pinterest and things that I really liked, created a mood board for her so that we can then start the design process. Let me show you how that is going so far. So what we started with first is we looked at the brand book for the brand that we are creating this product for. What are our colors? What are our fonts? What is the style? So here the style is a little bit more elegant. It isn't really playful. It is more timeless, I would say. It has a feminine touch to it, but I didn't want to make it purely feminine. It is going to lean towards the feminine side more than to a masculine side. These are the different fonts that we will be using, different visual elements that we like. Based on the color palettes and our preference, I looked at both products. So one is the Productize Your Method planner and the other one is going to be a business planner. And we looked at different options. My inspiration for the cover was this one for the Productize Your Method planner. I wanted something timeless, elegant, minimalistic. I didn't want too much color. I really like the embossed look here. I like the color of the cover. I like that it uses linen. These are all style elements that I find really, really beautiful. So that's what we are going to do. And based on that inspiration, what we thought is we're creating the cover. So the cover is not going to actually be black. The letters are going to be embossed. This is for us to visualize it. And it's going to have like an embossed method as a frame, and then productize your method. I probably still want to look at some variations, but this is our very first concept of what it is going to look like from the outside. Then when it comes to the second product, I have something like this in mind. I wanted to create a timeless, beautiful ring binder as a business planner, a little bit bigger than this one here, where people can then have pages that they can take in and out. We will be able to provide more inserts that people can use. Also, it allows people to move things around and create the sequence that they personally prefer. I think it is timeless, it is beautiful, you can take it with you. You can store other things with you as well, and it is something that I wanted to have, and a elevated business planner that you can use for years. This is what I thought of the outside. When it comes to the inside, I want this business planner to be very strategic and help people think through the needle moving piece. I noticed that in my own business, that it is so easy to get stuck in busy work and not realize what the things are that truly move the needle and help you grow your business. So that's what the content is going to be focusing on. So from the business planner, based on the colors that we have and based on the style that I showed you, we selected these 4 different colors to tag as a sample. So we're going to have the sample of the binder sent to us separately in these different colors, and then we're going to be printing the interior pages and create packs out of them and add that inside the product. When it comes to the interior pages of the planner, we're still playing around with different designs, and this is what we've got so far with colors and ideas of how different exercises could look like. As we are testing these, they are not ready yet for sampling because they're not fully aligned yet with what I want to create, but it's a really good start. So what I do from this point onwards, I print the pages and then I will test them. I will see, because this is a product I want to use myself. Is this going to help me achieve what I'm trying to achieve? Is this intuitive? Does this make sense? Is this something that people will like? I'll also be sharing some samples with a few different people so that they can test it themselves as well and give me feedback on how it is working for them. As you could see right now, the design process is very closely related to the material choice process. And right now, while I already selected the materials for this binder type of product, I still need to choose my materials for the second product. One thing I'm doing this week is going through different material options that I have here to see which would be the right fit for my Productize Your Method planner. What is it that I would like? I'm also going to be contacting my manufacturer to help me select a material that is going to fit what I'm intending to create. As a little reminder, this is the style that I'm intending to go for. Together with my manufacturer, I'm going to be selecting materials, cover materials, that closely resemble my inspiration, what I'm trying to go for. This is also the time for me to think of accessories. Do I want to have a elastic band? Do I want to have a bookmark ribbon? This is something that I'm going to be figuring out this week as I'm continuing working on the interior designs with my designer while we look at the exterior. We tend to like to think of creating outside in. That means we want to have clarity on what a product will look like from the outside. This is, by the way, a collaboration that I've done with Evelyn Wise. And this is also something we did here. So while we create the interior pages, we also want to look at the cover. and think about how can we design outside in. How will the cover match what's inside, and how is the cover going to be something that stands out? It's such a cliche. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but we all know that people actually do it. So it's the same for journals and planners. We want to have a very appealing cover because people are going to judge the content based on what they see in the cover first. So stay tuned, as I'm going to then move to the next step in the next week, and I have another video for you where I'm showing you the next steps on how I'm productizing my own method until I get a sample in the next 3 weeks. I look forward to seeing you next. Until then, have a beautiful rest of your day. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you find this very interesting, subscribe, and I'll see you next soon. Bye.